Cleveland.
I'm surprised.
And they meet and they build. And yeah.
What did you call that site?
Oh, it's Brick Owl, I think it's called. And you can order any Lego piece there. Is it Brick Owl? I will give Jeff, I'm going to create a quick WordPress that you can link to with all the resources.
Awesome.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks. I didn't realize there was such a need for Lego info.
Well, it's funny because I went to the store and I'm like, what is the best way, to get a lot of, they're like, well, what do you want to build? I don't want to build. I want kids to build, and it didn't. They said that they didn't really have an education program any longer, except for the first Lego League, and so therefore go to the store and those cups. And
it's a lot of money, and if you look up on eBay now, there are people that sell them by the pounds. I think it's Brick Owl, and there's a couple other suppliers that I go to. So, for example, it's specific things. Like everybody wanted to make that mallet at once. So I had 6 classes that needed to make this music mallet to start. This I'm going to never forget the official term. It's 45-degree bent elbow, I think is what it's called. But that's good because I said, why do they call it 45 degrees? Oh, so you're working in the math too. But I had to buy a lot of these. So that bin down there, I got those from Brick Owl. I think it's in one of those. Maybe it's the one next to it. Yeah, I bought like 60 of them. And what was cool, I didn't know I was going to get, they sent me purple, yellow, green. I won't let them put blue and yellow because it's too much like the state of Maryland. Yeah, I'm a big Ohio State fan. So. But anyway, so if you go to Brick Owl and get specific pieces you need, depending on the popularity, you can order them there in bulk. But like I said, eBay, you'll see them by the pound. There's another supplier too from I'll have to, when I put together the resources, I'll put them there.
So wait, so Brick Owl, they do, I'm sorry.
That's okay, that's all right. And I'll have this on a
So they have Legos. They have Legos, so that's a generic.
Right, so Brick Owl will wheel and deal from around the world specific Lego parts. And so, like that L, the 45-degree, one of the green bin there, then I needed some idea for a project, and I didn't have enough. I went on there. Ordered 60, and they were there in 2 days. So if you're doing maybe gear ratios, but you can also do fractions, ratios with gears, and all kinds of stuff. Oh my gosh, it's a penny. What is, oh my. I was just like searching to see, like, because you said they could sell by the pound, so I'm like, how can you buy it individually? Yep. It's a penny.
So you don't deal with the Lego education.
I will never buy my Legos.
I was gonna say, I found
Yeah.
He like their prices have raised up, and
It's just like informal Lego talk, you know. They're gonna pour coffee.
after I wrote a grant, and their prices had raised, and I said, well, can you honor these prices that you had before? And he said, and I said, but I wrote a grant, I got the grant just like 2 months ago, and this is and I said, this is the catalog that I got from the design conference that I went to. And he said, oh, this is the catalog, it's our Christmas. I said, well, could you audit it? And he would not.
That's unusual. It's usually pretty good. I've done it for years.
Legos, he refused to do it, and so I said, well, then I'm going to get my $10,000.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah.
So we were just talking about where do you get all these Legos? And I was telling them my sad story is that I was involved with the first Lego League for 11 years. And every year you do a new competition, you have to build a new board. So I inherited a lot of Legos that way. And then the other way I got them was through garage sales, eBay. They sell them by the pound. We were suggesting don't go directly to Lego. And Ivory will probably never speak to me again for saying that, but he's our rep. And I get other things from him. But these types of Legos, you don't need the kits that they sell you. So you can get everything you need cheaper. Yeah. Brick Owl is a great website if you're looking for specific parts. So I was explaining to them I needed those 45-degree parts there, the vendors there. 60, so I went to Brick Owl, I can buy 60 for a tenth of what I needed. If the Lego store has it, they don't have some of these uncommon pieces. They sell just the general pieces.
These ones you got from that dollar store?
Yes, these are from the dollar store. I do want to advise you, once in a while they crack, but for a buck. Oh my God. And you can go on their website, and they sell these too, by the box. It's the best buck I've ever seen.
These aren't yours, are they?
They are.
They are?
Yes.
Mind if I set them some?
Please bring them over here. I wasn't sure if you guys wanted to do it later.
I actually did when I was younger. I had the Lego camera and everything. I used to do that all the time.
And I don't know if you guys have seen what they do now with Legos in movies and stop action motion. Yes, that is not. It is amazing.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah. You can work math into that because kids have to know how many frames per second, how much are they going to move it to make it as fluid as possible. They also you can tie in English into that because when they have to write the storyboard, don't even let them do any filming or doing their scenery. Scenery, like you can art, by the way, music, storyboarding, what you do is English. They got to do that first.
So is that a different, is that a specific one for Lego?
Lego Movie Maker is free. It's great for the iPad, but you know, you can make the stop action motion and several other things. Yeah, so it doesn't have to be like a Lego Maker, it's just a cute name and I thought it was cute. I took the one that you guys gotta remember. In the beginning, we'll have the kids play Lego Bingo. We have bingo cards. There are some you can find online. Yeah, and then I told Jeff I'm giving him a whole bunch of resources.
Oh, you are?
WordPress,
Okay.
I'll have a link to it. I'm ready to make my own, so I want to update it just a little bit. And that's a great way for them to get to know the that's pretty cheap. That's really cheap. Yeah. I probably should wash them until I can bleach. Maybe I'll have a volunteer. Or I'll just tell the kids to keep their hands.
Norovirus.
Yeah. What other questions do you have? I'll put up links to the math activities too, and some of the other activities. Because like I said, that's a good buy-in too to start doing it in your class first and seeing what you can do.
I have a question. How do you keep them organized? Like the kids, no, they never do.
Oh, well, here's, I have this thing, I call it, when they gather their Lego pieces to build something, if it's something that they're working from instructions in the beginning, I have these little like carrying baskets, and I tell them we're going to go shopping for Lego pieces. And so when it's time to put them back, I say we want quality control in the store. And then I make a big deal if I see something go in the wrong bin, like, the quality control. What are we going to do? So I really do try to emphasize that. Yeah, right. So I do try to encourage it. It doesn't always happen. And in the summer, then I have students come in and help me organize. And this summer we're gonna have to do a lot because at the end we had a lot of projects going on, and then it was the last day of school, and projects got left, and kids went that way, Legos went that way. So, and I'm sure I can perfect that a little more. It's an ongoing.
Do you ever have kids who create something and then want to keep it?
Yes.
How do you?
That recently just happened, and I said, well, we need to share this really lovely model with other kids because you've invented this. In fact, he did. He invented this really cool, based on this idea, but then he like put in all these gears and timers with it and this and that. It's really cool. He played 2 drums at once. So I said we would adopt it as a new instrument in the next robotic orchestra.
In camp invention, we tell the kids, because they fight over their stuff, tell them it's going into the museum. And that's the slogan that we say. It's going into the museum.
I also heard that some people have their students, okay, well then you need to write up the instructions exactly how it was constructed. We'll take a nice picture of it and it'll go on a wall of like fame. But they have to write it, and that's part of the rights of writing.
That's a good idea. One book I get a lot of good ideas from is, if I was going to spend money on any book, probably that one and this one. This one kind of tells you what to do. I mean, ideas of where you can take it. That one gives you all the basics of building. So I know in a makerspace we want them to just do it from the get-go by themselves. But I'm finding that because kids aren't tinkering at home and playing like they used to, because everything's on a computer screen, I have to give them a little bit of a baseline.
I found the same thing.
Yes, and so that's something we're just going to have to admit to ourselves, because in theory, yes, makerspace, just go in here and start is a great idea. But I've got kids who just sit and stare. And I don't know what to do because they don't do it anymore. This gives you really nice techniques, interlocking, how to make a circle with Legos, how to make just ways to stack it so they're sturdier, but it isn't telling them how to build something, of their own imagination. I find when we do that, the kicks start a little easier, especially with the gears too. You do a little activity with the gears, especially with the nomenclature, and how gears are leader and follower, and then they are more apt to take a risk and experiment. Welcome.
Hi. Sorry I'm late.
No, it's all good. It's all good. Did you guys want to try and build something, or do you have more questions? Or
This is cool. To see, like in our map, we do this where they do the grid, and then they draw the pictures.
Mhm.
This is actually having them do the grid and actually, I know, because of those who have them, you need to pull off. I would make a little 1x.
Oh gosh.
Right?
there is a Lego puller.
I know, and nobody knows what that is.
The green thing? Yeah, I would call it a puller harder thingy. Okay. That's my that's how the nomenclature is. I mean, one thing you could do too is have them start to, in the younger grades, if you're reading a book, starting to start if you went to Village with the book, or a scene from the book. And that could be an ongoing project. That's the other thing kids don't do anymore, is anything that takes time. They want to
Thank you.
do it then now. Yeah. If you've got the app called Shop Savvy, and I think I have it on my phone, you can scan the barcode and find out where it's cheapest nearby.
The book.
Or anything. But anything that you can scan. Let's see, I think I have Shop Savvy here. That's the only reason I can own so many books. Okay, so if we take the UPC code or whatever, it's a short code. A little trouble in that. I have to put it on the. Yeah, shaking. It's okay. Might be.
So you really, most parents have Legos. That's like in your makerspace. That's mostly what it is.
We did, but we also now have, here, you can find out where you can buy it for cheap. We also have Connects that we use. We have the Piano computers now too that the kids build. We have old computers they can take apart and put back together. And then that led to that grant that we got for the older girls who are teaching the younger girls how to build computers. I mean, and I think what we're going to add this summer is like how holder rolls, all those kind of things. Rubber, I don't know, we have problems with rubber bands. I take that back twice already. Rubber bands. Shop Savvy. Other common household items that they can create. I was talking to two teachers earlier, and I was showing them there's a NASA lesson plan where you set out hangers, rubber bands, there were like 10 different things that you would find around the house. And you challenge the child to make a robotic arm that moves so many degrees. And every time I've done this lesson, they all say, oh, I can't do it. By the end, they've created something that does what you've asked them to do with those materials. So I'll put that up on the resources as well. It's a great lesson plan. I guess I went with Legos. One, as I said earlier, was my comfort zone. Two, I've seen them used in architecture in college. I've seen them used in robotics in college. I've seen them used so many different ways. And it seemed like a good choice. And I cleaned out my basement.
But this is all, it's basically
Well, I think I'm supposed to have you guys build something. So, And I was thinking about how would if you build an animal, a model of an animal? No, it does not have to move on. I will not have to program it. You will not have to program it today. And if you were looking at other robotic kits that go with Legos, there's something from Dexter Industries called Brick Pi. So it's a Raspberry Pi, but its case has the holes that are compatible with Lego. So if you don't want to spend a ton of stuff on the EV3s, which are expensive, or the old NXTs, which you don't buy used now, a Brick Pi, yeah, there's a little more putting together, and if they're younger kids, you might have to help them with it, but the older kids can do it. Yeah, it's Dexter Industries. And you can program with LabVIEW on that, NXT, Robot C, yeah. And I don't know if HPC is still maintained or not, I know it was open source. But there's quite a few. Python, I think, works with it. And Scratch. Scratch works with it. So if you get far, you can channel, then you can, if you like, maybe stop action motion or come back at 3 and do that. They have scenery down there too. Well, now that there's a dog, he has a place to go. The other books, if you are thinking of going the Lego route, you have to look at Damian Key's books. That's where I got the idea. This was not my original idea, to do the mallet, the basic mallet. He's from Australia. They're the best books I've ever invested in. And he's got activities for the busy teacher, activities to do circumference, to do radius, speed. I think I might have. Oh, here's one of his books. Oh, here's his data logging book too.
Look at Virginia Library.
I did. There's easy to follow books.
Oh, nice.
These are like 20 years old. This was what I pulled out of my hat for the when we started doing the windmill. This is when I had Lego Dacta. I had like a ton of these. And so that was how we started doing that. It's good teachers reward us, right? Yeah. Oh, yeah, no, big garage sale.
That's what is the monster.
Yeah, I can't even do stick figures. That's okay. I'm like that. Do you teach?
I'm not, no.
Oh, sorry.
That's part of
I'm gonna build. Oh, you're fine. I'm sorry. That's my presentation. Here we go. Just my pins while you build.
There you go. That's what it is.
My cat.
One cat. A dog.
Get clues?
Be careful.
Let me see. I can't read the front.
Kills probably the most people in
I can't
Africa. Africa.
Oh, Africa.
Rhinoceros.
Hippo. No. Besides the water buffalo. It's actually closest living relative are whales. And we know that from movies.
Oh,
I didn't hear you.
I thought when the killer thing was I knew that one. I was like, wait, I heard something that was one.
So do you want to make a little movie?
Sure.
You're the hopefully person.
This is a friendly.
You can bring in the job
Where's
for the
those
background.
mini-
And maybe a little shark fin.
Alright, so here's Lego Movie Maker. Sometimes this tends to get in the way, but what we can do is this is isn't that nifty?
Yeah.
And it turns too. We like that. So if this gets in the way, we'll just pull it up. I did have, and I didn't bring it with me, blue cloth that put in my water in the background. That's where the art teachers really are like fun to incorporate new backgrounds for these. I'll see if I can pull up a fancy Lego. I know it's oh, I can't find it. You need a stage over here and look. Need a stage assistant, I can help you out. Want to going for a walk? So the more pictures you take, the more fluid it's going to be. Smaller.
That was in there.
Oh, yeah.
Yep, that one's free. There's another one called Stop Action Motion. That's got more of the features that you can incorporate now.
And I think so.
No, you can, for both.
I know, right? That's what I was wondering about the cleanup process, yeah, because my kids would be. Well, she never reported that.
I don't think they are.
No, but when it lives on.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Like, well, you mean, no. No. You shouldn't need it though. Let me take a look there.
Maybe when I'm trying to go. Look at my things.
Oh.
Oh no, something's in the rock.
Let me get back to. Okay, so here we go. So maybe we can do another one. Oh, okay, leave where I was. Oh,
No, I gotta know what.
that's okay, we can always delete that one. Here it comes, into the attack. Watch out. Oh, is he? Well, this here screaming.
Yeah, right.
So now you can go back and I believe you can, let's see here. You can play it and almost.
Oh, maybe because I wasn't playing from the first screen.
Oh wow, it's got more features. I think it just got it. It's not. Then,
Oh, that's just.
So you can change them pictures?
So maybe I saw a little play button.
Yeah. I see it for the iTunes store. Let's see if it's for.
So it would it be better to have two people doing this, like on a normal basis?
Yes, absolutely. If you're helping, yeah. It's hard to do it by yourself.
Oh, that's what.
I think I just moved it, so it's not going to be very good.
So what I've seen kids do, actually there's a school in Australia, they have the kids do the forces of motion. So for every action, there's a reaction. So they have these guys lining up false one.
That's how it's
Reaction. Oh, there's a reaction. Yeah. So but they had fun making it, and then they really learned it. So our 6th grade teacher at the end of the year to have the kids do math concepts to teach other kids. With So I'm looking at Lego Movie Maker, and I see, like I said, 4 icons, but I don't see it for the door. So I may be.
Yeah, well, that one I just used pretty nice.
Yeah. Oh, that one is slick, and that's good for
Now,
other kids.
what,
Her
file?
Like, winding it up with this.
We brought it into iMovie.
Send it or
So.
save it to Google or something?
Yeah, I know you can send it out. I'm trying to remember the file. Let's see. What do we have here? Vimeo, Instagram, Dropbox, YouTube. Here's a little trick though to get it into iMovie. You have to do save to camera roll. And then once it's in camera roll, you can pull it right into iMovie. Okay. Yep. Because it says here you can put it in iTunes, but you have to have a separate iTunes account on your iPad. Yeah, I could save the camera roll.
That's cool.
And now it's nice, huh?
So wait, mine looked different. So were you not using
I
Lego?
was using the stop motion.
On that iPad, you weren't using it? Okay. Now, is that motion print?
Yes, the same. One has more features. The blue one,
Is that motion one?
yeah, that's a little more deeper features. I must be the English Lord. Let's see if I can find it. There's a Lego movie they did on the Blues Brothers. Oh look, that's so good. Oh, here it is. You gotta watch this. I'll pass it for you, David. And this is like, if you really want to get geeked up. This one doesn't have that much.
The Lego movie, the Lego one, when you took a picture, it had a face, the old picture, the last picture you took was faint. And so you could line it
that's
up
nice.
and keep it like so that it,
I wonder if that's a feature.
yeah, I don't know, I'm just looking at yours and the one that you were using. I mean, I don't know if you can add it, but that was cool because that was being
Yeah, that is nice.
Oh, this is funny. This one is
You know what I could see this? Like mitosis, meiosis, like showing steps of mitosis, meiosis, and then this step action, so it like shows it like.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Smooth phases, smooth.
sad.
What do you make some back?
There's a better one.
Sad.
It wasn't fun.
Solving algebra problems. Or step 6.
How are you doing over there?
Oh, I just met with my chihuahua.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
Like, I could say it, I could find
Fine, everybody's fine.
I can come up with a new challenge.
Okay.
Let's see. Can you use like 2x2s or a consistent piece and make a circle?
Well, you told us it was in the book somewhere. And like an actual circle or a semi?
Semicircle. We'll go with semicircle. You can look at the book.
2x2s?
Is there these are
What are 2x2s?
You can do,
Oh, okay.
or you could do like, 4x1s, but just consistent size pieces and see if there's a way to make it visually look like it's a circle.
Take one.
They really are. They're really the big difference from
Here.
taking a
I'll
party.
hand it to you. I'll find it for you, circle.
I would take my wolf part, but I don't want to take my wolf part. That's why she's not sharing anymore. How many? Oh, so if you really want to aspire, someday that could be your kids.
Oh my God.
That's all done with Legos.
Wow. That's fun though. That
Right?
really is.
That would be a long-term project. Imagine
How much would they get into that? Those are generic Legos. I have those ones. Those guys.
He's made several this guy. I mean, it must take him a year to do one, at least.
That is insane.
All Legos. All right, so you can throw the gauntlet down with your kids.
Make us a stop. You could do like a stop action movie on a history. Something history,
Yes,
right? And
like we were doing Famous Explorers, and like music teachers had them that music in GarageBand from that time period. Some were overmodered, but it's kind of got great.
wow.
Isn't that wild?
That'd be an awesome cross-curricular project.
How hard was it to find any music from a different time period?
Well, I look at the same as part of that lesson. Our music teacher's amazing. Yeah, she's amazing. And she must have had examples of that. Yeah, there you go. See if you did it. Hey, you know, these things are quick. You have to come. My mom's harder and smaller. All right, build me a windmill.
Yeah, I was just, I cut it out, that's what I had.
Are you kidding me?
I got a
This is what
microphone.
we even
Put a
got
pin on that.
Yeah, what's going on?
That's real, no, you're quick. All right, I want you to build me a bridge. What piece of food?
Something that I
You're
should
free.
set up.
No,
Free.
I build it like
it's free.
My kids, and I did not run with Legos, and I'm now sure I was just saying to visualize
No
like
circle?
I would make something. And my kids love Legos.
Oh.
They,
Piece of that one book.
and
There's a piece of the
they're
book.
like, they are.
And that one right below there.
That tells you something.
Yeah.
The yellow there, and the book below. Yep. No, the
When I
yellow
said,
book.
when they're done with it, and I say, I'm
You
just
just
gonna
cut it out
something
like
else,
between the.
they flip, and I'm not a good role model for them because I can't figure it out either.
Oh.
You know, and so like,
You need a piece to connect them.
Looks like a table.
I had a hard time getting up on it.
Yeah.
I think you need ramps, yeah.
what about?
I think there's something towards the beginning about circles. Circles, Laura. That's what you're doing good.
Mine got cracks.
You can have to walk up the bridge. It's not drivable unless you got like an off-road vehicle.
What about doing a Rube Goldberg with Legos? Did you see them?
I have seen it.
Now that's kind of great too when you have these more, whether they're the new ones from the EV, these or even the old ones that actually look like this from the NXTs or the RCXs, and then you can motorize things as they go through the Rube Goldberg.
What exactly?
An NXT.
Okay.
Oops, I'm trying to decapitate yourself. You can with these make a voting machine too. You touch them. For yes and one for no, and it can record the data when you write the program. This is the actual NXT itself, and that's what you build around. So you would program it. You can hold the program without being tethered, and then run it autonomously. On one end, you have ports A, B, and C, and those are for outputs. So we would connect motors to the outputs. Inputs are on 1, 2, 3, and 4. The nice thing about the NXT is there's a lot of inputs you can use. There's light sensors, touch sensors, sonar sensors, Vernier software that has all the probes. It has adapters that work with it. So let's say you're measuring the temperature of coffee and how quickly it goes down, depending on the type of cup it's in. You could take that probe, plug it into here, and there's LEGO data, and it will record the data, and then you can upload it to the computer to see the results. I think one of those is the data logging. There's data logging activities for the busy teachers. So it's a really understated piece in a way. It's kind of like furniture. It's so interesting. Of things that you can attach, and that's true for the EV3. Also, if you're going to do the brick pie from Dexter Industries, they can all handle the Vernier probes, and you can plug in all the different sensors that LEGO makes into the brick pie from Dexter Industries. So, for example, when they did the, I probably should have brought one of the ones, I didn't think about it, but one of the ones that were fully working to take apart a lot of them. But the kids program goes, actually, you know what this one does? This stops when it sees black. With the light sensor with the windmill, the kids calibrated. They measured the reflective light, and then when it got to a certain number in their program, they had to say, when it's less than or equal to this number, stop. When it's greater than or equal to this number, begin. So now you're incorporating more math concepts. I'll see if this one, this petition that we had on the last day of school. One kid was so excited that he won. He jumped up and he landed on the other person's.
Oh,
no. I don't know if this is the right one. Oh no, it's hard. There are two different kinds of light sensors. This light sensor measures reflective light. When it gets dark, it's looking for absorption. The problem is it's not perfect, and so there's always like some cracks, so light will come in. But you can, and if we were doing a longer workshop, I could teach you how you can calibrate this and read what the different light measurements are. Why his wheels are going so slow, I have no idea. But oh, I know, they wanted it to go straight. It started drifting. And I do believe this is one of the ones that actually won, because if they drifted, they didn't go over the black finish line. But this one was going nice and slow, and as soon as that light sensor saw black, it stopped. Because they, in the beginning, they were all like, we're going to make them all fast. Yeah, it really has to be in there. You must have that.
Really good.
Kind of cool, though. I think I've got a movie of the kids doing their competition to grease lightning.
And what grade did you?
This was 6th grade. It was almost a filler for the end of the year, but they've been doing robotics all year. In the fall, they had done the windmill. In the spring, they did the mallet. And then this was like for the end of the year fun. If you notice, I didn't have wheels on the first 2 projects. And I mentioned this to some other teachers. I do not introduce wheels until the end. Because the minute you introduce wheels, they think that's robotics. But this is robotics. Or something, that functions. The windmill is robotics. But when you put these wheels on, they get this very narrow definition. So, yeah. So I make it a rule. All right, what did you make? My wolf is walking across the bridge. You're gonna make a little stop action motion?
I already did.
Oh, you did? We want to see it.
Oh, I didn't do that good of a job. I was just trying to play around with it. That's where I discovered the little movie, the little, like, pictures behind it.
And what did you make?
Oh, I started to make a draft, but it got short. Oh, there.
That's really good.
Cool.
Good.
And now I'm trying to download the Lego movie.
I think there's a lot of people on the, right, so. I don't know if you can see it. And I can make this on my phone. I just they were doing it. And they had so much fun. We should drop down the way.
It wasn't solid like mine either.
And the teacher did that. I was impressed. She made it hard. All week they practiced for a solid line. She made 2. We only had 2 winners, really. So that's why they started slowing theirs down. So, yeah. But that was good. And trial and error. They could have stayed in there all day doing that. Okay, so we got our bridge, and you're like my overachiever here.
Yes, she is. Look at that. That's lovely.
Yeah, it's just.
Well, what would you want to build? Something that goes in with your curriculum. What do you teach? What do you do?
I'm an administrator.
Oh,
Plays on the
okay.
game.
Well, you missed all the math concepts and stuff, and then we were talking about how Legos you can count by 2s, you know, because Legos are always in 2s. By the way, just so you know, people are amazed by this. When they're building and they want to know the size of an axle, hold it next to a Lego brick. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. This is a size 12 axle. So you're talking units of measurement, and let's see if I can write a smaller one down there. Axle. Yep, that's perfect. Just to show you. Well, that's a connector pin.
Oh.
That's okay. Is this another 12? I thought I had different sizes. Yeah, it is. But yeah, I have the kids measure them. So they know. So that's how you measure with Legos. Anytime you need to measure a piece. Yeah, it's a little known fact. Now, the gray ones go with the newer sets, and the newer, they're beams. Beams. They are odd. They count by 1, 3, 5, 7, 9.
Oh.
But these are even. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Another little math piece. Right into there. So were you there this morning, or earlier this morning when I was showing like the carts that we have? Okay, so you've seen all that.
That's awesome.
Yeah, those are neat because they can just deploy to the room. What else can I answer?
So how well received how long ago did you guys kind of adapt doing all this?
2 years ago.
2 years ago. And have you seen the teachers? Are they receptive to this?
They are now booking it way in advance to get their unit in.
Okay.
In the beginning, it was just early adopters, like your likely suspects.
Do you, like when you say they're signing it out, are they leading? They're like they plan the lessons, they do the lessons, and they're just using your team, or is it you're the one coming up with them and they're signing it out just have a class point of view?
Well, last year I did a lot of the teaching, even though they had had training in the summer. This year, I definitely backed off and having to look forward a little more. I know they can do it, and they know they can. Part of it, So I did a lot of modeling last year, and this year I would say I popped my head in towards the end of the year and say, is everything running okay? Do you need help? And then go back to my office and work on something else. So that was a pretty huge leap.
Yeah.
They aren't always good about prepping ahead of time, but I spoil them a little because I know I want it to work and I know how much it takes. So if they say we're going to be doing the mallets, me and some students will pull the pieces for them. Yeah. And I'm sure we could get parent volunteers.
And how many of these kids do you have?
At a time. If there's A typical class is anywhere from 24 to 28 students.
So you just have one like mobile set of Legos for one class at a time, or can you deploy to different classrooms?
I can deploy 3 at once. And sometimes they share them between a room next to them, so typically, say 6. If they come into the lab, that's where someone was asking me earlier, how do I keep the projects separate? Because there might be a class that comes in from 9 to 10, and then a class 10:30 to 11:30 doing the same project. So you have to make sure you've got that shelf for them with the bins or the trays to put their things on. So you can have easily 60 kids going through. By the end of 6th grade, every student has experienced programming, robotics, building open-ended, exploring. Are we going to make engineers out of all of them? No, I hope not. But are we going to teach them confidence in experimenting and
So how low do you go with this?
At this particular district, right now we're just down to 5th grade. I taught at Laurel for 10 years, and we started in 2nd grade with logo programming with they call it Terrapin logo now, but it's the old Seymour Capper. We went from logo to doing what was then the RCX, which became the NXT. So I guess now it'd be logo, NXT, and then I think now they're doing VEX as they get older. But if you start young, I think
It's cultural.
Mhm.
It really is. And it breaks down, you're talking about confidence, right? They want to do that next time and build it. And at those lower levels, that's where it starts.
There is, I didn't read the book, I'll put it on my resources. There's a really great book of activities you can do without the robotics, like building a little mini fishbowl, and then you change the gears to see how many times does it take to turn for the bait to go down and then back up. And we did that in kindergarten. Okay, and then we recorded our data. Now we're going to change the gear, and we're going to turn it. It was very easy for them to build.
It's a book.
Lego is called Lego Brick Engineering. I have it at home. It's one of the few I didn't schlep down here today. So when I put up the resource list, I will definitely include that. I believe you can only get that as a used book now.